Yo, I don't even live in New York City, and I'm just telling you straight up and down, I'm not feeling Eric Adams at all. With this whole migrant situation. And, I had somebody jump in my comments before and they told me to talk about different things that, talk about Trump's plan for the police and talk about Trump's plan for the Department of Education. And I simply told them, if you're on the YouTube app, I know that you see a button that says upload your own video and talk about that. Listen, if I'm talking about a specific concentrated thing, let me rock on this. And, if I do decide to, move on to that, I'll do that. But I'm talking about the migrants and immigration right now. This is the policy that I'm currently on. So please come in, thumbs up this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, hit all notifications so you have my videos in your possession each and every time I go live. I do uploads. Listen, the reason why I said I'm not feeling Eric Adams is because it seems as though he's a part of the reason. It's like he is making sure that he stays rooted in he stays rooted with the Democrats, which he is in a Democratic state, and I understand that everything, right? It's like he can't go too far right. But the thing is that once Trump got elected, he won he won the race. It was like, I believe like the next day or so, Eric Adams was saying that he wants to work with, Trump or whatever in regards to, I can't remember what he said verbatim, but he was, in support of the deportation. So the one thing that I don't like is that he talks about that he wants deportation to be for people who come in who commit illegal crimes, not for the people who seek political asylum and rah, rah, rah and coming for the American dream, right? Why don't we ever seek out other countries that have a dream outside of this country? It's like America is the dumping zone. I don't care how you feel about that. And the people who make comments under my videos who are opposed to, there's more people in support of than who are, opposed to. But I want to know, are you a migrant or do you know somebody? Is this the reason why you kind of take it personal? Because I don't understand why you think that this is just supposed to be a dumping zone just for everybody to be able to come over here and say XYZ. Just like that article I read the other day with these people over in Mexico who was coming through. They came from Venezuela, traveled to Guatemala to come through Mexico to get to the United States, talking about all the crime and everything that they're experiencing. And listen, I can't quantify what they've experienced on their route to try to get to America. But you have to realize, that's their fault for even taking that route to even come here, right? Are we supposed to just feel sad and, for everybody has a story? They said that people even coming to America saying that they're seeking political asylum, that they don't even be facing that. Like, there's nothing that they're really facing. They're just using the story to come over here. Listen. But anyway, there was a press conference the other day in Eric Adams, and they were pressing him, asking him about this. And it seems as though that Eric Adams only cares if his people are committing crimes. So while you dump more people into the city, he was talking about before taking away money for taking away, assistance, for people to get food and stuff like that. What do you think increasing numbers of people coming into the city is going to do to the budgets and the spending of the state completely? So I want you to check this video out. Eric Adams was at a press conference and they was just grilling him and speaking about it. And let's just check this out, and I'm going to come back with some commentary.
Well, thank you, sir. With respect, I think you should clarify your position, if you would, because
Yes.
a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I asked you specifically about mass deportations. Mm-hmm. And you told this group that you oppose mass deportations.
Yes.
You were on Channel 41 last night, and they quoted you as saying that you think the city should cooperate with ICE under certain circumstances.
Yes.
So can you explain to us what your point is on this, and what your position is?
You have Ms. Jones from some countries, been here for 10 years, undocumented, working hard, trying to provide a way, not committing a crime. Or you have Commissioner of my Mayor's Office of Immigrant Affairs, a dreamer, came here, crossed the river with his mother to participate in American Dream, and he now is a commissioner that is in charge of other dreamers. Those people should not be rounded up in the middle of the night. These are people who love our country and they're participating in our country. Those who are here committing crimes, robberies, shooting at police officers, raping innocent people, have been a harm to our country. I want to sit down and hear the plan on how we're going to address them. Those are the people I am talking about, and I would love to sit down with the Board of Czar and hear his thoughts on how we're going to address those who are harming our citizens.
You're open to that?
Open to?
To hearing what their plan is to deport some of these folks, and you think the city, in some circumstances, should cooperate with ICE?
Let me. You know what's interesting? And I was talking to the team the other day. I want you to all go back and Google Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. Google what they said about those who commit crimes in our city and what they said in our country. They said those who commit crimes need to get out right away. That was their position. So this is not a new position, because in the state in the era of cancel culture, no one's afraid to be honest about the truth. Well, cancel me, because I'm going to protect the people of this city. And if you come into this country, in this city, and think you're going to harm innocent New Yorkers and innocent migrants and asylum seekers, this is not the mayor you want to be in the city under.
Mr. Mayor.
How are you?
Good, great, thanks. During the pandemic, undocumented workers or essential workers can step up in a major way.
Yes.
There's precedent. I think even my paternal grandmother was a nurse during the great influenza that came from Canada. She was granted citizenship and recognition for her service during that time, putting her life at risk for others. Is that something you would be willing to work with like 32BJ and the unions to say, people that stepped up like that in a major way to help us keep on, they should get some kind of consideration?
Listen, look, the reason I know undocumented and other workers were doing what you said is because I was out there. I wasn't home social distancing. I was not sheltering in place. I was on the streets with people who were willing to help those who were social distancing and who were able to shelter in place. When you were as food service workers responding to your Uber Eats, you could not do it remotely. You had to go out and expose yourself. So I am with you on that. People who are giving back to this city should have an opportunity to participate in the American dream. And I said, we should send people to certain cities. I can't say this over and over again. Certain cities that are dealing with population problems and need workers. I need food service workers. Kentucky need backstretch workers. You go all over this country, and there are many cities and municipalities that are saying we need more people.
So listen, so you heard it right then and there, right? He said he wants to sit down with the border czar, with Trump's border czar, to figure out how they can control it, right? My whole thing is, it's just like he's talking about somebody. Now listen, I'm not trying to hurt you or your family members in this statement. If you've been over here 10 years undocumented and you didn't go through the right channels, why should you be here? It's like you giving consideration and you're giving the sign that this country is just a free zone for everybody to come over here. What message does that send people over there that's still trying to cross the border now? If you giving up the message like that, they're trying to get to New York or get to Chicago. And he also mentioned something about that, that he believes that they need to ship people to other states. Like in Kentucky, he said they need backstretchers, or what is it called, a backstretcher? People who work at like the racetracks and stuff like that. So he's trying to say like people need to be sent to different areas. No, how about people come here the correct way? Listen, man, y'all already know, if you've been tuned into my commentary about my personal opinion about immigration and the migrants, I do think that it needs to be regulated. We need control and we need order. Somebody like this that's just, all open to it. It's like, man, listen, people are going to run amok in this country. Eric Adams had said that he was willing to meet with Trump's border czar, Tom Horman, in regards to the ongoing migrant issue in New York City. Adams made the comments during a press conference briefing on Tuesday and mentioned the influx of criminal migrants who are harming the city's residents. What about the people who are not? Listen. And then they wanted to talk about the essential workers, saying that, the undocumented people were doing like the Uber Eats jobs and stuff like that. How did they even get those jobs if they're undocumented, right? And from what last I heard, they're paying those jobs more money. So it's like, what is it? What is it about those jobs that regular Americans are not taking those jobs? Now, I know it's certain things people just don't want to do, but I know a lot of Americans who do Uber Eats and stuff like that here in Texas. And do like DoorDash and things like that, right? But I'm just, listen, I'm not with it at all. I can't fake it. I'm not with it. I think he's too lax. I think that if you get caught in the country and you're not from here, I think that you should be turned back, or they need to have some sort of, they need to have some sort of process that you got to go through. You got to have a due process. You have to. There's no way around it. And I think that Eric Adams, and you see how he even had that energy of cancel me. He had that type of cancel me type of energy in the video that played. So, man, listen, I just don't get him at all. I'm glad that Texas takes the necessary steps that they take to protect the borders and to keep people out. And, you know, they saying that, you know, who were they saying? Was it Biden who was trying to file some sort of lawsuit against the state of Texas or something like that? Man, listen, Texas, hold it down. We need order. Bottom line. And I feel like with Kamala Harris and the whole Biden camp, the whole Biden administration, that they was just letting people run through this country roughshod. We need order. Your business needs order. Your job needs order. This is why people get corrective actions when they're late for work, or they don't finish tasks and they don't complete tasks, or they don't do things efficiently. You need a corrective action process. What happens if a person just enters into the United States? They've been here undocumented for 10 years. You mean to tell me that's like some slap on the wrist or no slap at all? And you just get a high five like, oh, you want the American dream. We want the American dream too. And there's people coming over here sucking and siphoning up all of the resources. See? Listen, let me end this video right here. Potent, pondering, never pandering. I really want your opinion. Get in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Yeah, I hope you have a blessed evening. And listen, we need order. We need regulation. Like I told y'all before, I voted Democrat, but I do believe in certain ways the Democratic Party has failed this country, and they definitely slipped with this whole migrant, immigration situation. They've definitely slipped and lost it. Listen, I'll see y'all later. Peace.